idea of Rittucharya, which is linking our systems up with the seasonal changes. And then there's also this concept of Dinacharya, which means to link your system up with the day and night cycles. And so the Sanskrit term din means day, and charya means to follow or stay close to. And so as we merge our own circadian rhythms with the rhythms of night and day, this is going to enhance our health. And it is common, as I talked about in the discussion of Rittucharya, for us to be disconnected with the cycles of nature, and this causes disorder and dis-ease in the body. And so the doshas follow the day cycles and the night cycles, and so between 6 and 10 a.m. is kapha time of day, from 10 to 2 p.m. is pitta time of day, and from 2 to 6 p.m. is vata time of day, and then it starts over. 6 to 10 at night is kapha time, and then 10 to 2 is pitta, and 2 to 6 a.m. is vata. And there are specific things that are happening in our organs and in our system during those times of day. And for example, pitta time of day from 10 to 2 is when our pitta, remember, is fire and water. And so our digestive fire is burning brightly at that time of day, and it's linked with the sun cycle. So there's a connection between the sun's activity and our metabolic activity. And when we can eat our lunch, our largest meal of the day, during that time of high metabolism, our food is going to be metabolized and absorbed more effectively. So that's one example. And then another example is that from 10 to 2, and this is a scientific concept, not just Ayurvedic, but modern science acknowledges that from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. our liver is regenerating. And so I tell people that stay up past 10 that they are hampering this process of liver rejuvenation. If you're awake during that time, then your cells, your liver cells, are not resting, and they're not able to do the detoxification process as efficiently, and the regeneration of the cells does not happen if you're awake. That happens as you are sleeping. And there are a lot more details to this that I will not cover during these short videos, but I hope that each one of these short videos is piquing your interest, and that you will want to delve more into learning about each one of these items. So in the practice of Dinacharya, we have kind of a list, and this list will vary from person to person. And many of you who picked cleansing items, you picked things that would fall under the category of Dinacharya, or daily routine practices, which I thought was really interesting. But from this particular source, which was one of my colleagues who presented on Dinacharya during Ayurvedic training, here are some of the ideas that she gives. Wake up in the morning, and it's interesting, she says vatas should wake at 6 a.m., pitta at 5:30 a.m., and kapha at 4:30 a.m., and that's exactly opposite of what we would tend to do. Vatas have a lot of adrenaline and cortisol going in the morning, and they are often the ones up at 4:30 a.m. making their to-do lists. And so that's a very interesting thing. Again, I'm not going to go in great detail here, but the next thing she had was to pray and then wash away the sleep. And some of that washing I will cover in the cleansing of the senses videos. Drink a glass of water, and it's a very common thing to have lemon or lime water in the morning, and that will help as a means of detoxification. And then have a morning bowel movement. And if you're not having a regular morning bowel movement, the Ayurvedic recommendation is for you to sit on the toilet every morning for a few minutes without any pushing or straining, but just saying to your body, now it's time to evacuate. And the idea is that as you do this over time, that you will train your body to have that morning bowel movement. I found that particularly difficult for my clients who are teachers and professors and doctors as well, rushing out of the house in the morning and not having a moment to pause and have that morning evacuation. So do your best. I had one of my teachers tell me that she just really didn't start doing that until she retired, but hopefully that's not the case for everybody. Clean your teeth and your tongue, gargle, take care of your nose, your ears, and then do oil massage. And in the subsequent videos, I'm going to break this down quite a bit. And then bathe and exercise, do breathing practices, meditation, breakfast, and then work. So that's quite the morning routine. And again, for professionals, it's completely unrealistic to expect to do all of those. But with my clients, I have them just make a Dinacharya that works for them and actually write it out, almost like a chore chart for children, so that you can adhere to that. And then after morning work, take lunch, and then work again, and then dinner, and then after dinner, take time to spend moments, focus moments with your family, read, listen to music, engage in pleasant conversation, etc. And so that's something I work with a lot of people on, is putting your work aside in the evening and putting up some boundaries there for emailing and Facebook time and so forth. Preparing for bed is very important, especially if you are one to have insomnia. And so drinking tea is good, or some sort of warm drink, warm milk with a little bit of nutmeg added to it is an Ayurvedic practice. Just be cautious if you are one to have to get up a lot to go pee in the night. You'd want to take that before 7 p.m. so you can evacuate before you go to sleep. And then doing things like foot massages and meditation, restorative yoga would be wonderful before bed. And then I believe that my colleague got this information from Vasant Lad, but it might be interesting for you. This says the best time for lovemaking is between 10 and 11 p.m. Sex in the morning is not recommended. The recommended frequency of sexual activity is quite different for the different doshas. Kaphas, because of their strong constitution, can make love 2 to 3 times a week. The suggestion for Vata is once or at most twice a month, and Pitta individuals are recommended every 2 weeks. Making love too frequently reduces ojas and leaves the person weak and open to disease. It also aggravates Vata. To restore strength and replenish ojas, a massage after lovemaking is helpful, and also a drink of almond milk will rebuild ojas. So that's very interesting, and obviously going to vary widely couple to couple, and it gets interesting when you have people in the relationship that are of different doshas. So good luck figuring that one out. And as you can see, the estimations according to Ayurveda are very conservative in terms of frequency. If you would like me to create a customized Radiant Living detox and rejuvenation program for you, please email or call to schedule an appointment. My email address is patricia.wickman@gmail.com and my phone number is 715-529-3061. Please visit the Radiant Living website at www.rlyaa.com for more information and pricing.